Well, I'm not going to lie, guys. This is downright depressing. Let's discuss. Good afternoon, our faithful followers here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. 19, guys. 19 recalls for the month of June. The month of June. Absolutely insane. These are food recalls, mind you. Food recalls. Doesn't include everything else. Cars, parts, who knows what else. Guys, I'll tell you what, it is just one thing after another. And these don't include July. I'll probably do like an update video on some of the new ones. I saw where a couple different cheeses were on recall. It's just people, I know a lot of people have been asking, if I would go over some of the different recalls. And guys, I gotta say, it is just downright depressing. It is really hard to put together these things on a daily basis when new recalls could be popping up as we speak. So I'm going to just kind of go over a few of the ones here. I'm not going to go over the dates or anything like this. Just things so that you're aware of what has been on recall here over the last month. First was cucumbers. Now, this was an issue with a lot of people. We had a lot of comments about a month ago. It was issued on June 1st with fresh start produce sales over cucumbers over risk of salmonella. Salmonella and listeria seem to be the main things going on with a lot of these different recalls. So, yeah, cucumbers was one of them. Not sure. A lot of these, even if it says that it is over or they've been removed, I would still remain cautious. That's really why I'm going over this list today. We may go over a few more updates on some of the newer ones as we get through this video. But I gotta say, guys, it's just the reason why I've been kind of stepping away a little bit from the recalls, because like I said, it is just downright depressing. I've said in several videos before that, make sure you're checking every day. I have little news break things that pop up on my phone. Make sure you check the FDA website. Newsweek is a good site. Food Safety News is a good site. The Daily Meal is a good site to look at. There's a few different ones on here that it's nice to have. It's nice to have. Make sure you click their notification bell. Also, make sure you click our notification bell. That way you don't miss a video. We've had a couple viewers say they hadn't seen a couple of our videos pop up. Well, apparently on YouTube now you got to click that notification bell and click all on our channel. That way you don't miss an upload, because everything is changing. So we need to make sure that we stay in tune with everything. So next on this list was ground black pepper. This has been a big one as well. A lot of people had to throw a lot of ground pepper out, us included. Supreme Tradition was one of them, included at Dollar Tree. So again, I'm not going over dates and stuff like this. Now, a couple of these, we haven't talked about on the channel because there were just so many at one time. It was hard to cover all of them. There was one that was a strawberry rhubarb tart. This was... they were sold in New Seasons Market stores in Oregon and Washington between March 22nd and June 3rd. There was a baby arugula recall that had started on, I guess it had the sell-by date of June 15th. This was a product that was sold at Publix. And again, the website that has broken this down is actually Newsweek. So if you would like to check out what they broke down here and all the different recalls involved, you can check this article on Newsweek. That is what we're going through. The Classic Delight sandwiches. This was another issue, and these were this was out of St. Mary's, Ohio. And it was recalled on June 11th for select types of its individually wrapped sandwiches, which were shipped to distributors in Arkansas, California, Maryland, Missouri, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Texas. The company identified 25 types of sandwiches on this recall and may have been contaminated with listeria. Really got to keep our heads on a swivel these days, guys. I'll tell you what, it's one thing after another. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to put the pieces together and be able to figure out what's going on and why this is happening to so many food products during this food crisis. You know, it's bad enough. It's bad enough that prices have gotten ridiculous. I know over the last week I've been pointing out nothing but the sales. But don't forget, a lot of prices are still continuing to go up on different things. Now, I have a select group of different products that I check, mostly from like what you guys talk about in the different stores and stuff, just to make sure they're coming in, see if we can find, if they're coming in, and if we can find a good deal on them. So, you know, I've been trying to focus solely on that, but mind you, the prices are continuing to rise. We've seen it in all stores, even with the sales. Sometimes we're blinded by the sales as prices go up. We've seen that pretty much everywhere. We've seen that at Kroger last week. We've seen it at Meijer. We've seen it at Walmart. So, I mean, you know, the only place that I haven't seen a huge increase in prices lately, and actually some really good deals, is Aldi. I did an interesting video at Aldi last night, so make sure you check that video out. There's a lot of good deals going on at Aldi. There are a lot of the Aldi Saver deals. It's a shorter video. Just kind of wanted to get right to the point, right to, hey, here's the deals. Let's check them out. Aeropas, the company out of Villanova, which is based in Lake Worth, Texas, issued a recall on January 13 of Aeropas LA, major bags of Aeropad de Chocolo. I'm not even really sure. This one I didn't cover. Because of cake products were found. This is a cake product, I guess. Aeropas, Arepas, was found undeclared milk. I do remember reading about that. The desserts were distributed through retail supermarkets in South Florida. Okay, in the Tuscan salad bowls. This was one that was back on June 14th. This was one of the recalls too. Okay, canned coffee. Okay, this is one we went over quite a bit. And let's see. It was the Snap Chill. Some of the Snap Chill coffee products, they don't have it on here, but I know it was like 7 to 13 ounce cans, like the smaller cans, Snap Chill products. And that was, let's see, they said that it could possibly contain a deadly botulism toxin, which can be a fatal form of food poisoning, known as botulism or botulinum toxin, which is botulism. So, and those have all been removed, and I'm sure most of these have all been removed, hopefully. You know, usually stores get the notice on these things a few days before, you know, we do, to give them time to take them off the shelves. So, and maybe sometimes even a week, maybe even 2 weeks before. Okay, Orzo and Campanelli was another recall. And this was the Orzo dried product and 30 products of its Campanella dried product. Both items were distributed through a variety of retail locations located in Washington. Potential mold growth contamination in that one. The reason why we're going over these, guys, is a couple reasons. One, so you're aware of how many recalls went on through the month of June, what we're dealing with now. And the funny thing, not funny, but the thing about this is that these news companies, these different news like agencies and stuff, they are making lists. They're writing articles about how many of these there were in the month before now. And it's like, I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody literally grab a news story out of food recalls. Because usually, you know, there's only a few, but when you're nearing 20 in 1 month, and this is just food, mind you, this is just food, okay? It's crazy. It really is. Mixed nuts here was one of them on June 24th. Recall was issued for DSD merchandisers deluxe roasted and salted mixed nuts after the product was found to contain undeclared peanuts. We've had a lot of issues with this kind of thing lately. If you remember, we had some issues with Great Value, the honey roasted peanuts that were like honey roasted coconut cashews or whatever they were that were mislabeled. You know, people that are allergic to coconut, you know, like to know these things. So yeah, we can't have mislabels. That can be just as bad or fatal in that in itself. The nut products were distributed online through e-commerce site Farm Fresh to You, which has customers in California, Nevada, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Alaska. Okay, now here is one that is ongoing. We continue to see issues with ice cream. And it's funny because they literally just label this ice cream because I feel like there's so many that's starting to come up in this. And now, there have been things with ice cream in the past with possible contamination with listeria. Okay, I mean, it's something that happens every now and then, but not to this extent. Not to this extent. 13 ice cream brands manufactured by Totally Cool Incorporated were recalled on June 25th after it was found that items could be contaminated with listeria. Now, 13 different brands. Again, they have a link, I guess you can click to see which brands those are. We don't have time for that today. Again, just throwing this out here so that you are aware. If it's manufactured by Totally Cool Incorporated, you may want to take a look at the list. Okay, smoked salmon. This is a more recent one, and this is interesting because out of all these recalls that we've seen over the last, year or so, we haven't seen any that have been tagged with a Kroger name on it. Okay, now this is interesting. A smoked salmon product, now it's produced from Foppen Seafood in Hardwick, Netherlands. Okay. It was recalled on June 25th for a potential listeria contamination. The smoked Norwegian salmon slices were sold at Kroger. So it's not something, I guess, that Kroger is packaging or sending out. It's just something that they deal with. And Payless, it was sent out to Kroger and Payless supermarkets in 15 states. Now, we did go over this one. Those states include Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and West Virginia. Okay, it's a big one. Okay, and here's one that continues to get headlines here is chocolate. And this is one that everybody should probably be paying attention to, especially if you like your chocolate like I do. A recall was announced on June 25th for Feve, F-E-V-E, so Feve, I guess, Feve Artisan Chocolatier, and Dandelion Chocolate, chocolate-covered cocoa nibs, after it was found to have contaminated undeclared hazelnuts. The candy was sold by Dandelion Chocolate at their retail stores in San Francisco, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. Some items were sold online through Dandelion's website. Now, there were a couple of our viewers out in California who had said that they had to send their products back. And, I don't know. I think one of you said something about the hazelnut thing and that you can't have hazelnut. So, yeah, I mean, it's an issue, So far we've covered listeria, botulism, salmonella, and undeclared allergens. Okay, which is a very wide range of things. I feel like over the last year, we've dealt with more salmonella and listeria than I've ever read in the news in my lifetime. I feel like this is just getting insane. The cucumber thing kind of falls back on what we saw with the cantaloupes months ago, and different items that literally it all started. Hey, don't buy the sliced products in the stores like the prepackaged fruit packs and stuff like that, that they slice in-house. They were saying stay away from those, could have salmonella. And then it was like, no, wait a minute, no, don't buy any of these cantaloupes from Mexico. If it says Mexico on it, don't buy it. The potential's pretty high, and it had actually spread across all the United States. I don't know for a fact, but I bet you we're still having issues with that. And we'll probably be having issues with the cucumbers for a while, too. Okay. Aldi Muffin Packs was one of them on June 26th. Was issued for Aldi's Bake Shop chocolate chip muffin. And this is pretty close. Today is July 13th, so there's a possibility you could still have these in your pantry. Another reason why we're going over these. A June 26th recall was issued for Aldi's Bake Shop chocolate chip muffin after it was found that the product contained undeclared walnuts. 4-count packs of muffins were distributed in Aldi retail stores nationwide, so that's all over the country. Spinach mixes. This is something else here that was just recent on June 27th. The company Salata Foods issued a recall June 27th for several bags of spinach and salad mixes that contained the company's, quote, fresh spinach, which was found to be potentially contaminated with listeria. Over 3 dozen brands of salad mixes were included in the recall, which were distributed in local retail stores in New York. First, let me address the camera here. It seems to be getting a little darker because the sun is covered with clouds right now, so I know it kind of looks like the lighting's a little off. Just want to point that out. I did notice. Okay, macadamia nuts. Here's another one. This was on June 28th. For Sunco and Frenchie LLC's Terrafina brand of macadamia in the raw. Okay, after the nut product was found to potentially be contaminated with, you guessed it, salmonella. The products were distributed to New York retail stores by the distributor Oak Foods LLC. I will not be buying any products from Oak Foods LLC. I mean, I don't know, like, there's been a lot of things over the last year or two where I don't know, they've had issues with this in the past. And then there was another recent one here, I'm not going to go too far into this one, but the micro-dosing candies and gummies. A recall was issued last month for several of Profit Premium Blends microdosing candy products after dozens of illnesses were reported in connection to consuming the items. The recall included the brand Diamond Shrooms, infused cones, chocolate bars, and gummies. As of June 28th, there have been at least 39 illnesses. Now, this article was printed out on July 11th. So it's the 13th now. So some of these numbers could actually have grown over the last couple days. 39 illnesses for this product, including 23 hospitalizations, were reported in connection to the candies. Symptoms ranged from nervous system issues such as seizures and involuntary muscle contractions to cardiovascular issues, including abnormal heart rate. Boy, it just keeps... I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, a lot of people on the channel here have given a lot of your opinions and everything on some of these things. And I do have to say, we do have to question everything these days. We really do. I'm not going to go into some of the different, theories and all that stuff, but, it just keeps growing. These things keep growing. They keep getting worse. They're affecting a lot of different products. Somebody was mentioning eggs the other day. Yeah, eggs continue to go up in price. That is for sure. And we're seeing it like on a faster growing scale than we did even a year ago back in April. But we saw within like a 4-week period last year, egg prices had more than doubled. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that again. So if you find any sales on eggs, I would absolutely maybe stock up on some because they are skyrocketing in price right now. Okay, that is the top story from Newsweek here. See, New York recalls THC-infused food products made by unlicensed company. Oh, I wonder if that has something to do with the other things we were just talking about. Okay. Go to food safety news here, see what they got going on. It's like every day. Let's see. Illinois company recalls tahini after testing shows contamination with salmonella. That's what I'm saying, guys. You got to check this stuff out every day. We're always talking about stocking up on sales and, prepping your pantry, making sure that you have these products, for the future, try to save money and these kind of things. And now it's like you have to check these out to make sure that some of the products that you've been stocking up on for years isn't contaminated, right? That's the problem here. Queso Fresco cheese. This is the one I was starting to talk about here. Queso Fresco cheese recalled in Texas after listeria found in product. Listeria, cheese, dairy, that's an ongoing issue. Productos La Hacienda LLC is recalling Queso Rico La Hacienda brand queso fresco cheese. That's a lot to say. Just say queso fresco cheese. Because it was found to contain listeria. Testing found listeria in a sample with an expiration date of June 2nd, 2024 on the sticker, according to the details posted online by the FDA. Wait, there's more. There's more here. Oh my goodness, it just keeps coming. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And a lot of this I'm just now finding out. So whatever research or anything else, we're just throwing these names out here so that if you have these in your fridge, you can check it out, take it back, get your money back. Don't ever throw it away. Get your money back. I don't care if it's 50 cents. The only way this is ever going to get corrected, and some companies may go under. Some company, I was reading an article on that Quaker plant where they said where the salmonella was coming from, that could have actually been happening for years. They should be gone. Okay, if it's that one company, if that's like maybe privately owned in some way or something that's not affiliated with the rest of the company. I know Quaker has been a long-standing product that everybody trusts. Well, this one plant where they said that this could have been going on for years, yeah, you need to shut them down and maybe something should happen. Maybe some fines, maybe some, hey, sorry, this has been going on. Some kind of apology, maybe. I don't know. Just a messenger. Just laying this out here for you guys. Okay. So this was reported on July 11th, which was just 2 days ago. USDA issues public health alerts over meat and poultry products illegally imported from the Philippines. Again, we're reading from Food Safety News here, I think. Yeah, Food Safety News. Very good website that breaks these things down. They basically just take everything from the FDA, but they kind of throw their own words in there as well. Let's see. U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety and Inspection Services, or for short, the FSIS, is issuing a public health alert for ready-to-eat meat and poultry products that were illegally imported from the Philippines. The problem was discovered when FSIS was performing routine surveillance activities at a retailer and found meat and poultry products. I had to click into it here. Hold on a second. That are not eligible to be exported to the U.S. These items were shipped to restaurant and retail locations in Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York. So this is like a restaurant. Probably deals with big bulk here. So if you're a restaurant owner, pay attention. Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, and Virginia. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 products affected here. Different size cans of the Argentina brand corned beef, and a couple cans of Pure Foods corned beef, and a couple cans of Chunky corned beef, and then one, which is a jar of Lady's Choice chicken spread. Okay. As of posting this public health alert, there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to consumption of these products. Anyone concerned about an illness should contact your healthcare provider. Thank you for the obvious. Okay. So we got a potato salad here. Is this Pampa? No, wait a minute. Hold on. Potato salad recalled in Texas over plastic in product. We used to say that this was okay, mistakes happen, things break, plastic, rubber pieces. Guys, we're hearing of this stuff more and more and more. And really, the onslaught of it started with the Tyson dinosaur little chicken nuggets that were for kids, that are, designed, that advertising for kids, the dinosaur chicken nuggets. People were finding black pieces, like rubber pieces in these, like all over. It was all over the place. And then other products that have had pieces of things in them, I don't know, guys. But apparently this potato salad, let's see. Reese's Fine Foods of Beaverton, Oregon, is recalling Hill Country Fair Mustard Potato Salad because of the possibility of pieces of hard plastic, foreign material in the package. The item was produced at a regional facility by Reese's Fine Foods and distributed to HEB. Okay? HEB. All of our Texas fans on the channel here. We got thousands of fans from Texas. I know HEB's in Texas, so make sure you pay attention to that one. And Joe V's Smart Shop locations. Now it says HEB and Joe V's Smart Shop locations in Texas only. Okay, and it's the Hill County Fair Mustard Potato Salad, the 48-ounce, 3-pound container with a use-by date of July 26, 2024. Oh, what else we got here? Boy, yeah, we gotta go over this one. I know this video's going on for a while, but I haven't covered any of the recalls in a while, and I apologize for that, but I'll tell you, I've just really been focusing. We know what's coming. I've been talking about it for a month or two now. We knew that prices were going to start going up again, and they're going up in all directions. Where we see a sale, that product is probably going up in price. I've just really been focusing on just trying to look at the best deals possible out here. But this is a big one right here, and I know this only affects Canada. Wouldn't be surprised if this goes beyond Canada and into the States here, though. Okay. You've probably heard about this one, the Silk Almond, and this also, I think, great value. Yeah, great value, too. It's one we've been kind of pointing at, like everybody's been saying, oh, the great value one, some of your favorite. It's also cheaper. So this came out on July 9th, okay? Illnesses prompt nationwide recall of Silk and Great Value brand plant-based beverages in Canada. So it's the Silk and Great Value plant-based beverages in Canada. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of spreads out. These recalls have the tendency to do so. Okay, Danone Canada is recalling various Silk and Great Value brand plant-based refrigerated beverages from the marketplace because the possible Listeria contamination. According to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, or for short, CFIA, this recall was triggered by findings during an investigation into a food-borne illness outbreak. There have been reported illnesses associated well, I clicked on that link. Oh, here we go. This recall was triggered. They have been reported illnesses associated with the consumption of these products. So there have been reported illnesses. Okay, that's weird. Like on some of these, you have to hit the continue reading. Then you got to kind of find where it is in the paragraph. The CFIA is conducting a food safety investigation, which may lead to the recall of other products. That's what we just said. Other products maybe, and then maybe, let's hopefully the FDA and other sites involved, the FSIS, are looking into this in America as well. We have a lot of viewers from Canada. So, we have a lot of viewers from around the world, from all around the world. And, it's like from what could happen from one country can happen to another. What can happen from our neighbors up north can most certainly happen to us. There's another issue with the cantaloupe. We're going on a few months shy of a year, okay? But I mean, that was spreading out into Canada as well, and all across the nation. And they go on, talk about Listeria. Every one of these articles gives a Listeria breakdown. Okay, and if you want to check this out, there are so many that are involved. You got the Silk Almond Unsweetened, different UPC codes. We don't have time to go over all these. Wow, there is a ton. We have a lot of viewers that drink the Silk Almond and the Great Value and that stuff. So yeah, I would definitely check this out. You could literally, any of this information, you could literally Google. Just Google Silk and Great Value almond recall, milk recall, and you'll find either from Food Safety News or some other sites. Food Safety News, Newsweek. There's some other ones that I look at too. Usually I look at several, but there's so many, guys. It's just, as the research goes, we find that it's usually more than less, or if at all. Wow, more or less. Oh, okay. And that tahini sold in Canada recalled over possible salmonella contamination as well. Let's see. Imported chicken products recalled for listeria. When did this come out? July 6th. Alsafa US LLC, the importer of record located in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, has recalled approximately 2,010 pounds of imported frozen ready-to-eat chicken products that may be adulterated with listeria. It's an odd way to word that. According to the USDA's Safety and Inspection Services. Okay, this is just crazy, guys. Potential underprocessing leads to recall of non-alcoholic drink mixes. Urban Right Spirits LLC is recalling Urban Spirits non-alcoholic drink mixes because the products were produced in an unlicensed and uninspected facility that are potentially underprocessed. Underprocessing may lead to Clostridium botulinum contamination. Okay. Short terms, botulism. Second time I've heard botulism here in just under a month. It's just ongoing, guys. Ongoing. It's crazy. I wanted to put this out here today. I wanted to get this out here for everybody just to know what was going on. I couldn't believe 19 recalls in the month of June. Honestly, there could be more. There could be more from the month of June that are carrying over. A lot of these numbers, a lot of these things sometimes have the tendency to, until the resolution has happened, sometimes things may have been taken off the shelves before the problem was solved, right? If there was no effect to the people, let's figure out what's going on before we alert or before we say what was happening, right? If that makes any sense. Another thing too, like they were saying, just about those drink mixes. Apparently there was no checking it out, no making sure that there was an issue, no lab tests, no tests in facility, none of this stuff. That's an issue. That's an issue, right? I don't know. We need to test for everything, and we need to be very careful with products that we are not dealing with on a everyday basis. Now, I know a lot of these products we do, but we need to test everything. We need to make sure that the food is safe. We need to make sure that, the money that goes into this thing are being used in the right ways, right? Because follow the money. Everything, if ever there's an issue, if there's a miscalculation, you can always follow the money and know where it ends up. Guys, keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you are stocking up on the sales as you see them. However, make sure you check in the morning to make sure what products you are buying is not contaminated with listeria, salmonella, botulism, one of the other million things going on right now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.